Welcome back, and joining us now for today's market read is Imtiaz Suliman from Vunani Sentio Fund Managers. Imtiaz, thanks so much for your time today. It's a great day for those resource counters with precious metals soaring, platinum just under $2,900, silver trading above $100, and of course the big one, all that glitters, is gold passing through that $5,000 mark. What's fueling the safe haven trade, Imtiaz? It did seem like geopolitical risk had somewhat eased.
Yeah, thanks, Charlie. I think what we're seeing is there's lots of momentum behind this gold trade, but the latest bout of pushing gold through that $5,000 level has been concerns around the weaker dollar. So there's been speculation around coordination between the Bank of Japan and the US Fed with regards to intervening on the weaker yen. And that fueled concerns that the dollar will continue to weaken. So that pushed through gold through $5,000 an ounce level. And on the back of that, we also saw some of the platinum group metals like platinum, palladium, rhodium also seeing significant gains. So there's geopolitical concerns that are still lingering. We've seen the attacks on Canada with regards to renewed tariffs by the president of the US if they make a deal with China, and tensions around Iran and the US as well that continues. So I think that geopolitical tensions are there. We've got the Fed concerns around who's going to be the next chair of the Fed. We should get an announcement this week with regards to who that nominee is going to be. And what are they going to do with regards to interest rates in the US? Are they going to act independently or continue to be under pressure by the president, who has been calling for interest rates to be much lower in the US? So lots of different moving parts, which ultimately is dollar negative and positive for commodities.
Working out in our benefit. And I guess that's also what's boosting the rand, as we are seeing that rotation into emerging market assets, right?
Yeah, definitely. We saw the rand break through that 16 rand to the dollar level, trading at 15.97. And the higher commodity prices bodes well for our terms of trade. And, that is very supportive for overall inflation for the country when you do have a stronger rand, because we do import all of our oil and we do import quite a bit of consumer goods that are sold. So if that rand is stronger, that pulls the pressure from inflation, which hopefully can influence or give the SARB room to cut rates as that inflation remains well anchored.
And that's what I was about that's what I was about to add on there, that hopefully we'll hear some commentary around that on Thursday when Governor Lesetja Kganyago updates us on those interest rates. Let's look at company news. Pan-African Resources expects a strong first half. Gold production up 51%, where in a market, of course, where the yellow metal continues to soar. Even better news, the miners also proposing a maiden interim dividend. Great time to be a miner.
Yeah, definitely. At these gold spot prices, the gold miners are certainly enjoying very healthy margins. And on the back of that, strong cash flows. So we should see continued dividend payouts from these miners, and as well as some M&A activity. I guess that's where the risk lies. When you have miners that are very cash flush, they could either become a target or, they could make an acquisition to bolster their reserves and life of mines going forward. But nonetheless, those margins for these gold miners have continued to expand. And as the gold price continues to rise, your fixed costs are relatively stable. So that expansion in margin continues.
And it'll be interesting to see when, all these tailwinds start filtering through to the real economy, where we do see an improvement in growth, an improvement in investment, as well as employment. Let's get into your stock pick. Where are you seeing value at the moment?
I'm going for Naspers or Prosus. They pretty much hold the same asset, which is Tencent. And if you look at Naspers, it's trading at a 44% discount to its net asset value. they continue to buy back shares as the discount remains quite wide to its net asset value. And if you look at the underlying performance of some of the other businesses outside of Tencent, the e-commerce business, the payments business, the food delivery business, those are starting to come through and contribute positively to the overall portfolio. So I think you still have a very strong growth profile out of Tencent, but some of the internal levers that Naspers has with regards to share buybacks and monetizing its own portfolio is bearing fruit. And the discount that is trading at currently is just too wide to justify some of the positive news coming out of Naspers and Prosus.
All right, let's leave it there, Imtiaz. Thank you so much for your time and taking us through trade this evening. Now, that was Imtiaz Suliman from Vunani Sentio Fund Managers.